the topic before us is what can make a couple, probably a man or woman, to actually take away affection in a public place. Let me say, to let's say you deny your couple, your husband or your wife, or you don't want people to know at all that this is my spouse.
Good evening once again. I can simply summarize the topic as the reasons why couples withhold affections in public and why some couples are ashamed of each other. I love when I address matter. I love to address the matter from the cause.
Right.
There's something we call causative, primary causative events. Kilo fa. Because most time we want to solve a problem, but we don't seek to know what is the cause of that
The
problem.
root cause.
Exactly.
Where the problem lies.
So, but if we can visit the cause, there's something cause and effect. Cause. After a cause is matured, it gives birth to effect. If we can visit the cause, then by default, the effect will disappear. That's just it. Now, let me start from dressing.
Okay.
Physical appearance of the man or the woman. Now, women are most of the time the casualty of this.
Yes.
Some women are not most of the time comfortable with the dressing of their husband. That's
But
the
that
fact.
should not bring about. That should not be a big deal.
It's a big
Actually,
deal. It's a big
That should
deal.
not be.
It's a big deal for a woman who loves style.
Well, you are
It's
right.
a big
you are
deal
right.
for a woman who loves fashion. It's a big deal for a woman who wants his man to appear elegant at all times. Now, some women have taken it as a duty that okay, the sense of dressing of this man is poor. They've taken it as a duty that they are going to help the
Alright,
man,
but what
touch
if
up the man. Let me just land.
Alright.
They are going to touch up the man one way or the other, and they are going to work on the man. But in the process, we have some men that they are adaptive. They are correctable. They are being worked upon, and they are allowing the work of that woman to show. But on the other hand, we have some women, some men at the same time that opposite is the case. Irrespective of the work that their wife has done on them, fashion-wise, the result is zero. They are not learning, they are not improving.
Exactly what I want to see, because I've had a series of cases whereby the woman complains that everything she has been doing, there is a saying that you can't change an adult. You can't change anybody.
Yes, that's good.
The only thing is that anybody
that
that you believe that person
true.
changed,
That
it means that person wanted to be changed.
Exactly.
You cannot change somebody.
You cannot change an adult. That may
can't.
not be totally right in the sense of
Except
fashion.
somebody
I
that
can
wanted
change
to
the clothes.
change.
I can put up a command now and tell you to change the clothes you are putting on.
Yes,
like
you
that.
are right.
That way, I have influenced you. I have changed you that way. So no. Now, when we talk about fashion, this is something you put on and put off every day. It's not something you cannot change. So that's why I say that adage of you can't change an adult is
when we
different.
still tell you that,
Now,
we still tell you that you can't control me.
so that we won't
This is
divert
what
from
I'll
the
put
main
on.
topic. Now, some women are not proud of the dressing of their men, and some men too. It's not only women now. Some men too are not proud of the dressing of their women. Some men, when they get to the street, they look back and look at their woman and say, "What kind of dressing is this?" But it's too late. So that kind of person, you won't get to the street to an event with that person, and you want to move closer to the person, associate with that person, because the dressing is nothing to be written home about. That's just it. So
right.
I'm starting from there because it's a very trivial issue. The sense of dressing. Nobody wants to associate with a man whose dressing is not speaking too well. So if the man or the woman does not have good sense of dressing, this may be one of the reasons why someone may not be proud of that person out there. You go out with a man and with your wife or with your husband, and you find out that aṣọ rẹ̀ ti ya lẹ́yìn or ṣòkòtò ẹ̀ ti ya lábẹ́ or something has happened to his clothes somewhere, and there's nothing you can do at that point. You don't want to move. Of course, someone will want to distance himself. That is one. But that is not the major factor. And now another reason why a man may not be too proud of his husband. Another reason is status. See, we have a problem in Africa, and the problem is of the fact that most men, as they are growing in status, their wives are not going along. And African mentality, some men intentionally keep their wife low in status so that their wife will not be as powerful as them.
But that way, I don't think that one should be a reason for any man not to carry his family along. Although some men are like that, they think
this is now for women. Now, let me land. Now, as a man, you are rich, you are wealthy, you are well-to-do in the society. But because you are the one going out always, some women, they hardly go out, they are indoors. And the amount of time you go out will determine your exposure, your sense of fashion, and many things. Àwọn obìnrin mi inú ilé máa wà for a woman tó lè máa jáde. Ọkọ gan ló máa ra gbogbo tó nílò níta ló máa rà wá sílé fún wọn. Now, they are indoor. When friends come, they only come to meet them inside. Now, when that man is going out, his exposure is increasing. This size, this sense of fashion is meeting people. His status and his level is upgrading. But the woman that is inside is not the same thing. Now, if that woman, for example, Obinite Fela Tabuli, that her way of thinking and many things is different from your own, and you that you live in Lagos among people who are well-to-do, your sense of reasoning will be so different from each other.
Yes,
now that kind of woman, take it or leave it, she is not in the same status with that man. So when the two may not be too proud to go out with each other in a public function, it becomes difficult for the woman to flow when it gets to the midst of those that her husband flows. So that man may at that point make the man stay behind whenever he needs to mix with those people.
The man also have worked in that direction.
That is another thing.
Ensure that gap is closed.
I said it earlier that some men intentionally bring their woman. They intentionally do not allow their women to be on a balanced status with them. So I think this is one place where African men need to work. Men who has the mentality of my wife must not be in the same status with me, so that she won't be as powerful as me. Those men should come down now.
We are trying to.
There's one thing. Let me land on this.
No. Let me say this. The fact you are trying to bring out has to do with in the way of let's say a physical appearance. Now, it doesn't mean that if your wife appears or look good, at least you want your wife to be fashionable, you want your wife to be good, but the situation of the things with her. You know that this woman might not have enough things. You want her to go with you, but you know that it is because of this fashion that she does not have probably enough clothes.
We are far gone away from fashion. We are talking about status now.
Yes, it is part of it. No, we're talking about the reasons why you are not couples are not proud of themselves. Probably because of the look, the appearance. We're talking about one of the.
You are not mixing it. What I'm referring to now is social status.
Yes, now let me tell you something. There are some people that have met people that they will tell you that no one cares about the amount of money that is in your account. When people see you, the first thing they look at is from your head to toe.
Your dressing.
How you appear.
And that is why I said I don't want us to mix it together. We've tackled the issue of fashion. Now we are talking about social status.
All right.
Your social status and the social status of your wife. Men should learn to ensure that as they are growing, their wife is growing along. And as their wife is growing along, their children is growing along. Some men, they have money that you won't see the money in their wife.
That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Some men, they have so many luxurious things, fashion, many things. But look at their wife. Their wife don't even have a cloth that can meet up with time to attend the same event with them. And when you look at their own wardrobe, they are very good. They have enough clothes to meet up with any kind of occasion. But because their wife is not always going out there, they don't even have enough clothes to meet up with certain events. And in that kind of situation, would you be proud to attend certain occasions, to meet great people, some set of people with that kind of woman. Of course, in that kind of situation, that man or woman may not. It's not only about men. It happens in the woman world too. So may not be feel too free to be proud of such man in that kind of occasion. We've had situations where ọkọ sọ pé ẹ máa nìṣẹ́ wájú sọ fún wọn pé mò ń bọ̀ because kò fẹ́ báyàwó ẹ̀rìn. So right. The issue of status is another. Another thing is intellectualism. Tí ọkùnrin mi tàbí obìnrin mi, when some men or some women, when they talk in public, you will cover your nose. Okay, what kind of smelly word is this person talking? Because intellectual, maybe the wife is not sound enough intellectually, or the woman is not sound enough intellectually. We have issues of imbecile, where when some people talk, that any okudia kiato mentally. In that kind of situation, you don't want such spouse may not want to be seen with such person in public place, and that's one of it.
These are the serious issues that needed to be attended to.
They needed to be attended. So there are some other factors that are trivial, that are reasons why men or women may not be proud of their husband, or may be ashamed to associate with them in public. We also have the issue of disability. We have cases where before marriage, the man was not disabled, the woman was not disabled, but something happened along the marriage, and someone become disabled among them. And at that point, the man or the woman,
some people will even leave their marriage.
Exactly, may not feel too free, too confident, too proud enough to go along with the man to events. For instance, a woman that is now on a wheelchair, or a man that is now on a wheelchair, you can't be proud. Not that you can't. Some people, some spouses may not be proud of that man again. If they have their way, they want to walk out of that marriage. But because there's a vow now binding them, they find it difficult to leave. And we also have the cases of people that when your spouse is, before marriage that this person is disabled, you already made up your mind to carry on with the relationship, irrespective of the disability. So in that case, you don't expect the man or the woman not to be proud of that woman. Yet there are still some cases where it happens. It happens that way. So the issue of being ashamed, not be proud of one's wife or woman, not wanting to associate with them in public places, it boils down to self-esteem. Some men intentionally kills the self-esteem of their woman.
Wife.
Some women too. We have women that are men that they intentionally kills the self-esteem of their men.
Most in case of men to women.
Yes, it happens. There are even some cases where the woman is wealthier than the husband. And when they get to occasion together, the woman has the stage. And the woman will just be like the driver. The man will just be like the driver or like the maid. That kind of case. That man may not be proud enough to always go to events with her or meet people with her.
That's true.
Because people will be seeing the man as the driver. But anyway, the man must have lost the steering of the home in that case. So that's just it.
For people that are just getting married, that are, let me say that are in courtship, what are the advice that you have for them? There are so many things that we ignore during the courtship period, that by the time you get to the marriage, you find out that this is life, this is reality. And let me say this, most of these things boil down to the fact that somebody is not proud of the other couple. Probably, let me say, even without
I said it earlier, everybody should build their self-esteem. Nobody is a slave in marriage. The under statutory marriage, that is what we know as the court marriage, everybody has equal rights. But in Christian marriage, I don't want to say we don't have equal rights, but the Bible establishes that we have the head, the husband is the head, and the woman is the remaining part of that body. That is just to control the home so that there won't be the case of Ogamiji, But yet, nobody's self-esteem in a marriage should be killed. If your husband or spouse or woman has killed your self-esteem, you need to begin to build your self-esteem back. Secondly, in the area of those who are still in courtship, one, look at your husband very well. Look at your spouse, your spouse, wife to be. Is there anything in the body, in the behavior of that man you're not comfortable with? If you can't work on it in courtship, you can't work on it in marriage.
Or you don't want people to see him or how it
exactly. So if you know you are not ready to cope, quit that relationship. But if you love the person so well for some reasons and you can't quit, just take whatever it is as a cross. Be determined that you want to work on that person. And you're working on that person 50-50. If you succeed, fine. If you don't succeed, don't get frustrated. You work on that. So men will always be men. Men will always be men. That's it. Women will also be women.
You can't change another. That is just it. Any man that say I'm going to change it is because the person wanted to be changed, to be worked on. Go away. You are right. Thank you so much.
And for those who are already in marriage and who are facing this kind of issues, one thing that is important is this. You are going out, your husband is not proud of you. The distance they set from you when you get in them, this is and that like that. I have explained the intellectual part of it, the soundness, mental soundness of the man or the woman. Now, if you are in these shoes, one, your husband or your wife, your spouse, do the reverse to your spouse. If you have opportunity to be in any event with such spouse,
okay,
flaunt that man or that woman.
Let people know. Let people see more.
Talk about him. Praise him in public. Introduce him to people as your husband. This is my husband, my darling husband, my love. Praise him in the midst of people. And that way you are working on something in his senses. Someone does that thing very well, which I love. Tokyo Alabi. Anyway, Tokyo Alabi gets
you always appreciate
we will first how do they call it now? You say good things about his husband, about her husband. So even if George Akron Lego, see Obama fi padà sílé, ìjà yẹn ti tán. The man, something must have worked in that man. Obìnrin tó yí mi báyìí, tó pọ́n mi láàrin gbogbo èèyàn báyìí, tó gbé mi gègé láàrin gbogbo èèyàn báyìí. No. We want to reciprocate. We have more respect and more regard for that woman. And the same thing is applicable to man at the same time. So you can flaunt the man in public, talk about him, praise him in public, say good things about him in public. Like that way you are working on something in his brain. And before you know it, he will be proud to have you as a spouse at the same time.
Right, thank you so much. And before we call it today, I just want to add this to it. For people that are already in marriage, number one, I believe that two people that are in marriage should be a team working together as one.